Hello, this is Kabalama playing Rule the Waves 2 as your plan, and we're in the middle of a battle against Russia at the moment. Russia has a battle cruiser here. We have a much larger fleet with 2 battle cruisers and a load of other ships. He also has a heavy cruiser and whatever this is, a destroyer. So we're going to attempt to sink his battle cruiser and do what we can. For now, these ships will move away from his ships, while my other ships move in. These destroyers will move up here to cut off his lines of retreat. This light cruiser will do something similar up here. And the enemy is moving his battle cruiser very close to my destroyers, which was not particularly wise of him. I think we'll leave them where they are. These destroyers can move this way. And my CA can move towards his CA. The battleship seems to be about to escape, which is annoying. Push this up to full speed. In fact, everything as fast as it'll go this way. What do these idiots do? I'm annoyed that his battle cruiser is almost certainly going to escape now. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. It looks like his battle cruiser is escaping. I'm going to be able to capture his armoured cruiser here, or rather destroy his armoured cruiser. Yeah. Okay, so everything is going to move towards his armoured cruiser. like one of my battle cruisers has been hit. And his battle cruiser has decided to come out and fight. Well, that's, I guess, is good news. Now let's see how damaged things are. This has got light damage and one turret's not working. Mine, not really damaged at all. Bit of flooding, otherwise not too bad. I'm not enormously happy about the state of that armoured cruiser, but it's not that bad, I suppose. Except for force. Let's put these destroyers. So these destroyers here can go into this bit here, and then they can get his ships from behind, hopefully. His battle cruiser's hit by a torpedo. This destroyer's got 2 torpedoes, so let's move that one up. This cruiser can not do anything. This cruiser's got 2 torpedoes. This cruiser has torpedoes as well. These destroyers all have torpedoes, so let's put them where they can be useful. And notice, because his ships are now stationary, they should be a really good target for being torpedoed. And I'm going to move my battle cruisers, I'm going to slow them down and move them so that they're a bit closer to his ships so they can fire on them. His heavy cruiser is heavily damaged, so it should be called a heavily damaged cruiser, and his battle cruiser is also heavily damaged. That's good. I'm slowing all my ships down. His heavy cruiser is now sunk, but his battle cruiser is still intact, or at least not sunk yet. So let's move everything back. All my ships are going back, and they all should be far on his battle cruiser. And the battle cruiser sunk now, that's good. So that's essentially the end of the battle. And that's the end of the battle. So we lost a destroyer, he lost a battle cruiser, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and a merchant ship. So that's definitely a victory for us. Close. That's more victory points for us. Battle of Vladivostok. Improved airship tail design. And we've now got a new research area of naval aviation, heavier than air. So we will probably be able to build aircraft carriers at some point. So I'm looking forward to that. Now we seem to be winning this war now, since we've sunk 24 enemy merchants. This is because we put our submarines on unrestricted submarine warfare. So we're sinking a lot more of his ships now than we were. So that's very good. That means we're winning. And with his revolutionary, who we allowed to go into his country, he's probably going to surrender, or his government will collapse fairly soon. Let's have a look at our ships under construction. These are all going to be finished within 2 and 6 months. We're a bit low on money, but we can afford a few more submarines. So I'm going to build a medium submarine, and I'm going to build 2 coastal submarines, and that gives us a few more building. So let's have a look at the next move. Cruiser action, accept. Unknown ship sighted. So it looks like we've got a battle cruiser, we've got 2 battle cruisers, and we'll see what the enemy is. So let's see what he's got. So he's attempting to fight our 2 battle cruisers with 1 heavy cruiser, 1 armoured cruiser. This will not end well for him. How fast is his ship? 25 knots. So what we will do is we'll move these ones a bit further away, because I don't want my light cruiser or my destroyers to get destroyed by his heavier ship until such time as my battle cruisers are able to engage. And these destroyers have decided to disobey orders. And so the other destroyers are disobeying orders as well. It doesn't make any difference because he's still going to lose. It just means it might take a bit longer for us to win. I'm going to put my status to flotilla attack. Hopefully we can get them torpedoed a bit. And everything is now converging on his ship. How are my battle cruisers doing? They've not been hit. 3 hits with 12-inch guns, none with 6-inch guns. My other one has 1 hit with 12-inch guns and no hits with 6-inch guns. So he hasn't really been hit much yet, but because my battle cruisers are moving in, Russia has no ships at sea, the scenario is over. Ship details, CA Peresvet. He was hit 19 times with heavy guns. He's been hit 19 times with my 12-inch guns. But when I earlier looked, it said that there were hardly any hits. They can't both be right. It's not recording some of these details correctly. Anyway, enough of that, and let's finish this scenario. A lot more points for us. And widespread demonstrations and serious disturbances are reported in Russia. Again, this looks like the prelude to Russia having a revolution and us winning. We've got better torpedoes, that's good. We're winning the submarine war again. We've sank 23 merchant ships. This is all good. I'm going to build some more submarines. 1 coastal and 1 medium. That puts us, we're going to be run out of money in 25 months at that rate. But all of these ships are very close to completion, so we're not actually going to run out of money at all. We are going to build new docks though, because it's time to build new docks. So, next move. Actually, before we make the next move, I'm going to have a look at my research priorities. Machinery development low, armour development low, hull development low, fire control, that needs to be high. Subdivision, I'll leave that at 2 for now. Turrets and guns, leave that. Ship design, that always wants to be high. AP projectiles, I certainly want submarines to be high and torpedoes to be high. I'm going to move up anti-submarine warfare technology because I think that's going to become more important. I think amphibious operations can be gone down a bit. Improved airships can go down because lighter than the air aviation isn't that important. Heavier than air aviation is important though, so they're going to have a high priority. And while we're at it, we're also going to increase AP projectiles to medium, so that just gives us slightly better armor-piercing projectiles. So that's everything for now. Okay, and let's make the next move. Fleet battle. I bet Russia will reject this battle. Yes, they've declined battle. Cruiser action, accept. They've declined battle again. Battleship engagement, I bet they decline battle again. Oh no, they haven't. Okay, fair enough. We'll sink some of their battleships. So looking at what ships we've got two battleships, a load of destroyers and two light cruisers. That seems fine for us. Alright, so let's see where the enemy are. Unknown ship sighted. And that's where the enemy are. One of my battleships is slow, the other one is fast. So I think I'm going to move them at the speed of the faster one. For now. Until we know, at least until we know what the enemy have got. And they've got two free dreadnoughts. It was incredibly foolish of them to fight my entire fleet, or a big part of my fleet, with two free dreadnoughts and no escorts. What will happen is that his ships will very probably all be sunk, with no significant losses to me. Let's see how damaged his ships are. Medium damage 10 knots, both his main guns still working. Medium damage 10 knots, both his main guns still working. That ship's blown up. Russia has no ships left at sea, so we sunk both of them, and we lost two destroyers. So that's a good day's work. Widespread demonstrations and serious disturbances are reported in Russia. Two destroyers commissioned. One of their raiders has been interned into a neutral port. Again, we're winning the trade war. We're still down on money a little bit. These ships are all going to be commissioning soon, so we can build more subs. And now if we look at the almanac, we have 20 subs and we're building 26. I can't see this war lasting much longer now. We've got 5 battle cruisers and 4 battleships. The Russians have got They've got 5 battle cruisers, no battleships, sorry, no pre-dreadnoughts, 1 battle cruiser building, and we've sunk 1 battleship, 4 battle cruisers, and all their pre-dreadnoughts. So, oh, and look how many heavy cruisers they've lost. They also lost 3 light cruisers and a load of destroyers. We've lost, this is including previous wars, we've lost 1 heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and a whole load of destroyers. We don't really care about the destroyers, they're pretty much throwaway ships. Raid on coastal shipping, accept. So we've got a battle cruiser, the Kashima. In fact, we've got 2 battle cruisers. So let's play this battle. We're going towards the target. Set for force, yes. And we'll keep towards the target until we encounter something. Unknown ship sighted. And they seem to have a whole load of ships. We've got a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, and 2 light cruisers. Okay, that's good. Let's attack this light cruiser. One of our destroyers is sinking. We don't really care about that very much. Cruiser strikes a mine. That can't be helped. What are we for time? Dusk in 2 hours. That should be plenty of time to finish this battle. And we're going after this ship here, which I believe is a heavy cruiser. His light cruiser is down to 5 knots. That's blown up. His light cruiser is blown up, so we've only got this heavy cruiser now. That's all he's left with. Heavy cruiser's been hit by a torpedo. And we're going to close in for the kill. Hit by another torpedo and another torpedo. So his cruiser's now been hit by 3 torpedoes. That heavy cruiser's not going to survive that. I think we'll just move everything towards it. Let's see how our battle cruisers are getting on. 9 hits and 8 hits. So they both put a lot of hits into his heavy cruiser, which has been hit by yet another torpedo. And another torpedo, so that's 5 torpedoes altogether. That's bound to sink now. So that's the end of that battle, I think. And his heavy cruiser is now in fact sunk. And that's the end of the scenario. Let's see what the result was. The enemy lost a heavy cruiser and 2 light cruisers. We lost a destroyer. Let's look at the ship details. His heavy cruiser was the Polkan, which was hit by 70 heavy shells, 61 medium shells, 58 light shells, and 5 torpedoes, and not surprisingly sank. It was armed with 4 8-inch guns and a secondary armament of 4-inch guns. So that's a very paltry armament for a heavy cruiser. In fact, we've got a light cruiser that's better armed than that. It's got 8-inch guns and I think 5-inch guns. So anyway, that's the end of that battle. Three destroyers are commissioned. Food is becoming scarce in Russia. We're winning the trade war again. 22 merchants sunk. And our monthly balance is now positive because all these ships are, they've either finished or they're about to finish. So we're going to build some more subs. We're going to build 1 coastal and 1 medium. And that's it for this move, so let's play the next move. Cruiser action, accept. Russians declines. Enemy raid on coastal shipping, accept. Enemy unable to challenge our forces. We've commissioned the submarine. And we're winning the trade war again. Hardship and food shortages in Russia. So next move. Let's have a look at our submarines. There's a load going to be built next move and the move after. We're going to build another coastal one and another medium one. Battleship engagement. They can't challenge us. Director firing, excellent. That means we can put directors on all our ships, so we will definitely be doing that as soon as this war is finished. Seaplane carrier, that's another very good one. We'll build seaplane carriers, and this will allow us to detect their ships at longer ranges in battles. We're winning the trade war again. So we've got 270 balance. Is there anything we can build? Let's have a look at these anti-submarine warfare ships. We may want to build some more of those. This has got 107 weight remaining. We don't want to put minesweeping gear or K-guns on it. Well, we can't put K-guns on it. We don't want to put minesweeping gear because it makes it less good as an anti-submarine warfare ship. What we can do is we can put extra caliber 3 guns on it and they increase the quality. And that's all we can do for that. So we'll call that the ASW2 class because it's our second ASW class. And we'll build some of them. We don't really need anti-submarine warfare ships right now, but it's nice to have a few. And that they'll be ready to build next month. And also our latest battle cruiser is finishing. Once that's finished, we'll be wanting to build another battle cruiser. I don't know who we'll build it from. Probably we'll build it locally. Our relations with Britain and with America are not as good as we would like. And we've got that extra 270 money. Let's build some more submarines with it. 2 coastal and 2 medium. Right, so that's our extra submarines built, and there's a load about to complete. Looking at the almanac, We have 19 submarines in service and 32 building. The Russians have 9 and 50. Yeah, so we do need those new ISW ships. Okay, let's play the next move. Russian ship intercepts Japanese raid, auto-resolve. Our small ship was hit by their bigger ships. More strikes and anti-war demonstrations are taking place in Russia. 6 submarines. Valuable insights into British armed development and subdivision and damage control development. Triple torpedo tube mount. We're winning the trade war again. Not 29 sinkings this go. Food shortages in Russia. Latest design of the ASW2KE is ready for construction. Yes, let's build some of those. We'll build 12 of them, I think. Actually, no, we won't because we're a bit short of money. We'll just build 2. So let's build a few more of those KEs. And we'll also build some submarines. And with that extra money, we can build some destroyers. So let's design a new destroyer. So a new destroyer design has 5-inch main guns. It's got 3 of them. It's got 6 torpedoes and triple mounts, and it's got secondary armament of 3-inch guns. So that's a heavy gun armament plus the same decent torpedo armament as our previous class, and a speed of 30 knots. So that's a fairly decent destroyer. And we're calling it the Okikaze. And they will be ready to be built next month. So the Okikazes will be ready to be built soon. We've got these new anti-submarine warfare ships and a load of submarines being built. So let's play the next move. Coastal bombardment, accept. I don't think that the Russians are going to be able to challenge us on this. But let's see if they do come up with some ships to fight us. So we're moving our ships towards the bombardment target, and let's see if they come up with anything. Yes, they have. Or at least there's something there. Let's see what it is. It might just be a merchant ship. And he's also got some ships down here, or at least a ship down there. Yeah, that's a merchant ship, so we'll ignore that. No, it doesn't appear to have been sunk yet, which is annoying. You would have thought that all these cruisers around it would be able to sink it fairly quickly. But apparently not, they've sunk it now. And let's have a look what the strategic situation is. They've still got their ship here, which I'm just going to ignore and just see what it does. They've got another one there as well. So let's see what these ships are. That's a CA, for the look of things. This one that's a KE, so we can fairly quickly destroy that. He's got to destroy them. And his CA has come for a fight, so we'd best oblige him with one. Put that in. So I'm going to make all my heavy cruisers, sorry, all my light cruisers will be supporting my heavy cruiser. How fast is his heavy cruiser? It's got a top speed of 25 knots, which is faster than me. That means we will need to torpedo it. So, we'll put this on flotilla attack, which makes torpedoes more likely. These light cruisers all seem to want to run away. And his heavy cruiser has now stopped because we evidently hit it somewhere important. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to do the bombardment mission, and then we'll come back to his heavy cruiser if it's still afloat. He's been torpedoed. He's been torpedoed again. So that looks like his heavy cruiser is probably lost now. He's got another ship here. I don't know what this other ship is. Let's get a close up. And we'll have a look at the time. 6 hours till dusk, which is forever. And it's a destroyer. So we'll move our light cruisers in. And also our destroyers. So a heavy cruiser is bombarding the target, whereas the other ships go after his destroyer. I've no idea whether I'm going to be able to overhaul this destroyer and sink it, but we're certainly going to give it a go. We've got another ship now. I wonder what the other ship is. 2 other ships. How is this getting on? This can have its speed going back to 0. In fact, he's got even more ships coming up. So I'm actually going to, all these ships, they're just going to go back to where my heavy cruiser is. He's got hardly any of his ammunition remaining. Which is a shame because it means I probably won't end up being able to bombard the target. So let's put these on patrol. And these on patrol as well. And let's... Right, we've now bombarded the target. These are now going to be supporting our heavy cruiser. In fact, I'll put them on screen. Which I think doesn't work. I think that might be a bug in the system that screen doesn't work. But in any case, that's what we're going to put them on. And we're now going to go home. And the battle is over. Let's see what the result was. We got 1 heavy cruiser, 1 corvette, 1 merchant ship, and 1 land target, and we didn't lose any ships ourselves. So that's a good result. Again, more victory points for us. We have commissioned 3 submarines. The enemy has sounded out for a negotiated peace. Good basis for peace negotiations, and we've won. And do we want Kamchatka? We can either get Kamchatka, or we can not get it, and they will give us reparations instead. Well, I'd rather have the reparations. So let's get rid of that. Yes. Go to the build screen, and we're going to build 5 destroyers. And let's rename these destroyers. No, we don't need all of these anti-submarine warfare ships, so we're going to scrap 3 of them. All our submarines that are still building, which is a lot, we're going to put on hold. And this one here as well, hold construction. And we've got we don't really have anything positive in our monthly balance, but now let's put some ships into mothballs or reserves. So we've put most of our ships into mothball or reserve, and that's given us a decent monthly balance. And now we can start looking at building warships. We've got a load of ships here that will soon be built, and soon, in about 2 or 3 months' time, we're going to want to build more battleships. And I think I'm going to let these ships become a bit more close to being finished before I build battleships. What we can do in the meantime is we can bump our research up to 12%. And we can build seaplane bases. Now, can we build a seaplane carrier? Let's try. Less than 5 planes, less than 500 tons. Let's put that on 5. And we'll increase the speed to 27. We'll give it some torpedo defense. That means we need to increase the displacement. It's got 5-inch guns, which is fine. and that looks okay. That gives us a seaplane carrier. New docks. We need the best technology money can buy, and we're going to reduce our spying. More new docks. Handle the spy from Britain quietly and discreetly, because we don't want bad relations with them just yet. And we're going to build this AV. And we've now got a fair bit of money, and when all these ships are finished, we'll have enough to build a battleship. So it's about time we started looking into building battleships. Let's design a battleship. Our new battleships are the Shori class, which means victory in Japanese, because they're named that to commemorate our victory against the Russians. They're 35,000 tons because that's the limit of what the USA can build. They're 28 knots because if we look at our existing battleships, they're all either 27 or 28, apart from these two slow ones. And they've got 6 15-inch guns. The reason they've got 6 is because if I want them to be well armoured and 28 knots of speed, then I can only afford 6 guns. So that's basically the design of the ship. Can we put any aircraft in? Yes, we can give them 1 aircraft. So that's actually, I'm going to see about reducing the turret a little bit, turret armor a bit, and does that give them an extra aircraft? Yeah, so these ships have now got 3 aircraft. So that's everything. And so that's those ships, and that will take 4 months to be able to start construction. So let's play these 4 months. New cruiser from Germany has just arrived on a goodwill visit. I think I'm going to go for that because I need money more than I need prestige. Shall we send the force to Shanghai? Yes. Go to the build screen, and we're going to build a Shori, and we're in a bit of deficit in our monthly balance. Let's have a look and see if we can put these ships into mothballs. And some of these will be finishing fairly soon. We need the best technology money can buy. Can we afford to build another ship? I don't think we can. These 3 destroyers are not going to give us much money when they're finished. So I think we can only afford to build 1 battleship at a time, which is a shame. Can we put anything more into reserve? Yes. Okay. We need good guns, and this is an opportunity to get them. We can now produce 14-inch guns and bigger destroyers. Now we've got anti-aircraft artillery. So our next thing will be to get our existing battleships and to put directors on them. So let's look at these Setsu class. So we're going to give the Setsus fire control directors here. We're also going to put directors on secondary guns. We're increasing the quality of the main armament, and we're putting 1 aircraft in. And that's going to take us 6 months at a cost of 742. And let's have a look at the next ship so we can see if we can rebuild the Fukushima. And we're going to put a director on the secondary guns, director on the main guns. Can we increase the quality of these? No, we can't. We're down a bit on weight. Where can we save weight? We can reduce an aircraft on that, and that's everything for the Kashima. It's got a speed of 28, which is adequate. And the next one, we will try the Katori. Again, we're going to rebuild that in Britain, give it a director on the secondary armament. We've got 237 weight. Can we put some aircraft on it? Yes, we can. Should we call it a BC now? The program's a bit weird in that this ship is on the borderline between what it considers to be a battle cruiser and what it considers to be a battleship. So it wants this one to be a battle cruiser. Well, that's fine by me. I think the difference is, as far as the program's concerned, is that battle cruisers are more likely to go into battle cruiser fights. And that's enough that we're building for the moment, so it's going to be 4 moves before the Katori and the Kashima are finished. And I'm going to sign off for now, and that's the end of episode 8 of Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 as Japan. And to recap, we've finished the war with Russia and we've beaten the Russians, and we're now building a new battleship, and we're putting direct fire control directors on our existing ships, and then we're going to see where we are. So I look forward to seeing you all again in episode 9.